Come on, you're going to have to move a minute. Right. Just set the camera a bit better for everyone there. There we go. Hi everybody, it's this time of the week again. Yes, it's not Friday, it's Thursday. But it's my time, my moment. I'll stop there. It's this Eurovision podcast yet again. A lot of stuff has happened in the last couple of days. I'll go through it, and I've got some questions from everybody out there at home as well. Also, the dog is slightly awake this week. If you did watch last week's video, he is lying down. He should stay there for the majority of this video. I hope anyway. Right, so I'll move on. I've got my list here already. So what are you doing? Hey? You stupid dog. Anyway, right, first up, UK You Decide, the Eurovision show for the United Kingdom. They have released their 3 songs and 6 artists, so that's going to be quite fun over the next couple of weeks. How they've released them is a bit weird this year. Normally, Ken Bruce on BBC Radio 2 normally releases all of them in one go, but this year he's done 2 songs yesterday. Sorry, 1 song yesterday with 2 artists, 1 song today and 1 song tomorrow. It's a bit weird. And they're going to have battles. There's some sort of international jury that has selected the songs for this, and I'm hoping they use the same one and don't have a random sort of random judges like they have that every year, like Rylan and people who don't actually like Eurovision, who come in and do stuff. Hopefully that they don't do that again this year, and they actually have a proper international jury that do select on the I think they call them song-offs this year. So the first song is Bigger Than Us, which is by Holly Tandy, is one of the artists. X Factor 2017 was in Sharon Osbourne's group. And Michael Rice, who won the karaoke thing on BBC One, All Together Now. I prefer Michael Rice's version. I think he'll win that battle, but it is a close one, that one. I just don't like any X Factor rejects in this sort of thing. The second one is the song Freaks by, I did forget to say on Bigger Than Us. It's actually written by Melody Festivalen, the Swedish selection legends, John Lundvik. Who could have 2 songs at Eurovision. He could have the UK song as a writer, and he could represent Sweden this year. It's all got his sort of feel over it, and there's other people who wrote other songs this year as well in there. Anyway, back to the second song. It's Freaks, which is a girl group called Maid, which is an absolute travesty. It sounds something out of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, sort of gothic sort of feel to it. And then you have Jordan Clark, who was in a group who went on Britain's Got Talent, I believe. It's a very cheesy song. It's very catchy. It's the only one that's actually been in my head for the last 2 days. It does not go whatsoever. If you watch the YouTube channel Wee Wee Blogs, the premier Eurovision people, they actually have, I think it was Chris on their blog when they were reviewing this. It sounds like a reject song from an American album, and they've just palmed it off onto us for Eurovision, because they got the word soccer in there, which is obviously it's football over here. And then the last song is, I reckon Kerry Ann will beat Anissa with the song Sweet Lies. She's a soul singer. Again, I think Kerry Ann is an X Factor reject. I don't think she got as far as Holly Tandy, but I do like her song on that. It's what most people want in Eurovision, because, let's be fair, with the 3 songs we've got this year, again, the BBC have done a terrible job of picking the songs. We're not going to win, that's quite easy. But I think what certain people are going down the field of Kerry Ann's song, we can actually have a good song that is going to do the higher end of that second and the right side of the board, so it looks okay for us in that prospect. I do think it's between the 2 boys to win at the moment, just because it's always in my head. The Jordan Clark song Freaks, I think, is going to be our song, but Michael Rice's song Bigger Than Us is the big favourite on every poll you try and vote on. So who knows? We'll wait and see on February the 4th, I believe, a couple of weeks' time. Next, a lot of countries have been picking their songs this week. Sorry, Netherlands and Belgium, two low ones. There is one big one coming up in a minute. The Dutch have picked Duncan Lawrence, who I believe was on The Voice and was managed then by Isa DeLonge, who was from the Common Linnets back in 2014, finished second to obviously the Queen Conchita. So we're looking forward to hear what sort of things he does. And Belgium have picked a young chap called Elliot again. I believe he was from the French-speaking Voice in Belgium. So again, they seem to be doing well for themselves the last couple of years, picking artists from those competitions, especially Belgium. But the big announcement, I was proved wrong. 99% sure that San Marino were going to pick a racist, and they didn't. I don't know what happened there. Even Rodrigo Alves, the human Ken doll, did say he was going to Eurovision for San Marino, and I didn't know I was looking for you. They've picked Serhat again from 2016, the man who doesn't sing and actually speaks the song. So that should be quite exciting to see what Serhat comes up with this time, because I know in 2016 he had the original song, which wasn't good. Then he did a couple of versions of it, and they went with the disco version in the end. It was probably the best version they actually did, but still it wasn't the best. And how rude. Oi, you rude dog. Just be quite funny to wait and see with what Serhat does. Great respect for him going back. He obviously Valentina Monetta holds the record at 4 and is the only San Marino artist, I believe, to get through to the final. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens there. That's basically it on the sort of news front. There's a lot of other things coming on. Lithuania this week, I've got my favourite song, Monica Majara, with the song Criminal is in this week's Lithuanian selection. So I said that all last week. That is my favourite so far. So I'll just wait and see. And thank you, Chris, that you said I love Toby. You can have him if you want. It's up to you. But that's basically all the sort of things. You got that this week. believe France might have their final. A lot of other national selections do kick off this week as well. So I'll start with the questions. The first one is from Jess, who goes to my work. Following the rumours of... Tobies! You stop it! You naughty dog! Oi! He's just ignoring me. So Jess from work has asked about the rumours of Ireland picking No Direction band member Niall Horan as their artist. I think that'd be a bad move for Ireland, personally, especially after last year Rhino Shocracy's song was quite a slow, guitar-driven song. Niall does that sort of music, having two off the cusp of each other quite quickly sets yourself into your rhythm, and not a good one, because you need to mix and match it every single year. I'll go to my friend Jason's question. Now he's just going to nick my slipper. Move. Sorry about that. My phone just said it was too hot. Don't know why it does this. So go back to the questions. Jason asked if will we still be part of Eurovision once we've left Brexit. Of course we will. The EBU are totally different to the EU, and the fact that Tony Hall, yes, I love you too. Now come up here. Come on. Tony Hall, the leader of the BBC, is now the head person on the EBU reference group. We're going to be there for at least the next 2 to 3 years. Carlson asks, what will it take for the UK to win again? You're so naughty, you know that. Yes, you are. No, I don't want... No one wants to see Beagle Love on this. Now go away. What will it take for the UK to win again? Right, go away. You're being naughties. Thank you, Chris, for that lovely comment. Never work with children or animals. So what will it take for the UK to win again? Maybe get rid of the BBC. That's a good start. They don't give any sort of support for the artist, and the way that they don't listen to the fans, ignore the fan clubs, the OGAE network, and actual artists as well, is it's just bad, and they don't give any sort of choice like that. If they actually did what the public want, what sort of I want, is 2 semi-finals and a final, you could charge for the tickets and actually get some good publicity out there about Eurovision, because it is a joke over here, thanks to the BBC, and actually do something proper with it would be actually decent as well. So that's what I think would be the main thing, is if the BBC actually wanted to win again, actually get a decent couple of songs and actually do something with it. Now, a friend Arden, what is my favourite song? I'm guessing of all time. So this is a hard one because this always does change. There's loads of good songs. Euroband, This Is My Life for Iceland. Lorraine, 2012, Euphoria is a fantastic song. They're all sort of upbeat songs, they're the ones I like. And you can't get no better than Moldova's Sunstroke project. Runaway, the first one, and I can't remember the second one. Mama was the second song. Basically anything upbeat is probably best. Stephen asks, how does the voting work? So the juries are an international group of sort of 5 juries. They're locked away in a room. They have an EBU person in the room to make sure they're not cheating. They're not allowed to speak. They're not allowed to confer in any sort of way. Not allowed to answer their phones for the 2 hours of the jury's final. Then the top 10 overall get the 12, 10, 8 points all the way down to 1. They get them given, and then the public vote on the live semi-final and finals, and then again the top 10 get to pick. They get separate points, but they get put all into a pot at the end. So the yes, I love you too. So that the all the points go in at one go, so we could receive 3 10s and 4 5s, which means we get 50 points overall from the public, and then it goes into more depth afterwards if you want to research that sort of thing. Hope that sort of clarifies it up. And as you've probably heard me say a number of times, Chris, why is Russia the bookies' favourite? I believe they are the bookies' favourite just because they are a big powerhouse in the Eurovision community. No matter what their political views are on sort of the LGBT community, they always, minus Julia Samilova for the last 2 years, always send a decent song. I think in 2016 they were robbed with Sergei Lazarov by the juries, but they did. Sorry, again it told me I was going too hot. So yes, they are a powerhouse because they always put big effort in. Even Robbie Williams has said in the past he would love to go to Eurovision and represent Russia, just because they do care about it a lot more than the BBC. I don't. Chris just said on here, will Sergei go again? I don't think he would without the right song. I think he's kind of done with Eurovision, really, to a certain aspect. But they always have decent songs, the Russians. You can never count them out. No matter what you say, it is political with Russia. If you send a decent song, you've got a good chance of winning. So that's why they... Oh, just lie down now. You're being naughty. You're showing off. You naughty dog. No. So, you're going to get a smack in a minute. You want a smack? You naughty boys. Now go away. So, I believe Russia will be up there this year, minus their little blip for the last couple of years. And that's basically the end of the video today. It's only 16 minutes long. Sorry about the 2 breaks in the middle due to the heating of the phone. So if you like the video, put a thumbs up. If you don't, thumb down. And I'll see you again next Friday at 7:30. It will be next Friday now, because I've now got Fridays free. Do apologise about these last 2 weeks being on the Thursday and the Saturday. And we will see you next week, won't we, Toby? You give anyone kisses? Kisses? Show off. Right, I will see you next week, guys. Remember to subscribe. Bye.